A lot of people believe that physical intimacy is the key to winning a man's heart, but the truth is, a man needs much more than that to truly fall for you on a deep emotional level. Yes, attraction matters, but what keeps a man committed, what makes him see you as the one he can't live without, goes far beyond the physical. If you want a man to not just desire you, but to genuinely cherish and prioritize you, you need to connect with him in ways that reach his soul, not just his body. A man may appear strong on the outside, but deep down he carries unspoken fears, doubts, and pressures. Society teaches men to suppress their emotions, to always be tough, and to never show weakness. But just like anyone else, men crave a space where they can let their guard down without being judged. When a woman creates an environment where he feels emotionally safe, he starts to bond with her in a way that goes beyond physical attraction. He sees her as someone special, someone he can trust with his heart. For a man, emotional safety means knowing he can share his thoughts, feelings, and struggles without fear of being criticized or ridiculed. Many men have experienced situations where they opened up only to have their emotions dismissed or used against them later. This makes them hesitant to be vulnerable, but when a man finds a woman who listens with empathy, who does not immediately try to fix him, but simply holds space for him, he begins to let his walls down. He feels understood, and that feeling is rare for many men. One of the biggest mistakes some women make is pushing a man to open up before he's ready, then reacting negatively when he finally does. If a man shares something personal and is met with judgment, impatience, or a dismissive attitude, he will shut down. He will retreat into himself, and it will be difficult for him to trust again. But if he shares something and you respond with warmth, patience, and reassurance, he will associate you with comfort and security. That's how emotional intimacy is built. A man also needs to feel like he can express his frustrations without it turning into a battle. Sometimes he just needs to vent, not because he's looking for solutions, but because he wants to release the weight of his thoughts. If he feels like every conversation turns into an argument or that his feelings are being dismissed, he will start keeping things to himself. But when he knows he can come to you, share what's on his mind, and feel supported rather than attacked, he will naturally want to open up more. Emotional safety also means allowing him to be himself. Many men struggle with the pressure of constantly having to perform, to impress, to always be on. But when he's around you, he should feel like he can relax. Whether it's being goofy, talking about his passions, or simply sitting in silence without pressure, he should feel free to just be. When a man knows he can come to you and not have to put on a mask, that's when he truly starts to fall. Respect is one of the most important things a man needs to fall deeply in love. While love and affection matter, if a man does not feel respected in a relationship, he will struggle to fully open his heart. Respect goes beyond just saying kind words. It is about how you treat him, how you speak to him, and how you acknowledge his value as a man. When a man feels respected, he feels seen, appreciated, and motivated to give his best to the relationship. Men are wired to seek respect in all areas of life, whether it's at work, among friends, or in a romantic relationship. A man's sense of self-worth is often tied to how he is treated. If he feels like his thoughts, opinions, and decisions are constantly questioned or dismissed, he will begin to withdraw emotionally. He wants to feel like his voice matters, like he is trusted to lead in certain areas, and like his efforts are recognized. When a woman respects a man, she doesn't try to control him or belittle him. She allows him to be himself while still standing firm in her own standards. One of the biggest ways a man determines whether he is respected is through communication. The way you speak to him, especially in difficult moments, plays a major role in how he feels about the relationship. If every disagreement turns into insults, criticism, or condescending remarks, he will start to emotionally detach. But when he sees that you can express your feelings without attacking his character, he feels safe to communicate openly. A man wants to know that even when there are challenges, the woman he loves will still speak to him with respect. Respect also means acknowledging his efforts. Men are natural providers and protectors, and even in modern relationships, they want to feel like they contribute something meaningful. When he does something for you, whether big or small, he needs to know that it is appreciated. A simple thank you or recognizing his hard work can make a huge difference. When a man feels like his efforts are ignored or expected without appreciation, he may start pulling back. But when he feels valued for what he brings to the relationship, he will be even more motivated to give. A man also equates respect with trust. He does not want to feel like he is constantly being questioned or doubted. If he is making an effort to show up in the relationship, he wants to know that you believe in him. When a woman constantly assumes the worst, micromanages his actions, or questions his ability to lead, he feels disrespected. But when he knows that his woman believes in him and trusts him, he feels a deeper emotional connection that makes him want to stay committed. Men want to feel valued in a relationship, and one of the most powerful ways to make a man feel deeply connected to you is by showing appreciation for his efforts. It's not about grand gestures or extravagant gifts, it's about recognizing the things he does, both big and small, and letting him know that his presence and contributions matter. When a man feels like his efforts are noticed and valued, he naturally wants to do more. But when he feels unappreciated, he starts to emotionally disconnect. Many men express love through actions rather than words. He may not always say how much he cares, but he will show it in the way he provides, protects, or supports you in daily life. It could be as simple as fixing something in the house, planning a date, or checking on you when you're feeling down. While these things may seem small, they are his way of expressing love. If his efforts go unnoticed or are taken for granted, he may start to feel like what he does isn't enough. But when you acknowledge even the little things, he feels encouraged and motivated to keep showing up for you. One of the biggest mistakes people make in relationships is only focusing on what their partner isn't doing rather than appreciating what they are doing. Of course, every relationship has areas that need improvement, but if a man feels like he is constantly being criticized or told what he's lacking, he may start to withdraw. No one wants to feel like they're never good enough. But when he knows that you see his effort and appreciate him for it, he will feel a deeper emotional connection to you. Appreciation doesn't just come from words, it comes from actions as well. A simple thank you, a genuine compliment, or even a small gesture of kindness can make a man feel valued. If he takes you out to dinner, let him know you appreciate the thoughtfulness. If he helps you with something, acknowledge the effort he put in. Even in long-term relationships, expressing gratitude can keep the connection strong. A man who feels appreciated will always feel drawn closer to the woman who sees and values him. Men also need to feel appreciated for their emotional support. Many women expect a man to be their rock, their protector, and their provider, but few take the time to acknowledge the emotional effort he puts into being there. If he listens to you, supports you, or stands by your side during tough times, let him know you see it. A man who feels like his presence makes a difference in your life will feel a deep emotional bond with you. A man craves peace in his relationship more than anything else. The world already brings enough stress work, responsibilities, expectations, and pressures from every direction. When he comes home to his woman, he wants to feel like he can breathe, like he is stepping into a space where he is understood, valued, and at ease. A man will always be drawn to a woman who brings him peace rather than unnecessary chaos or emotional instability. He wants to feel that his relationship is a safe place, not another battle he has to fight. Many men stay in relationships where they don't feel fully happy simply because they are avoiding unnecessary stress. They may love deeply, but if they constantly feel like they are walking on eggshells, being criticized, or dealing with unpredictable emotions, they will start to emotionally detach. A man does not want to be in a relationship where every small issue turns into a dramatic argument or where he feels like he can never do anything right. He wants to know that he can come to you and feel a sense of calm rather than tension. This does not mean that you should suppress your feelings or avoid conflict altogether. Healthy relationships require honest conversations and disagreements will happen. But there is a difference between resolving issues with maturity and turning every moment into an argument. A confident woman knows how to communicate her needs without making everything a fight. She expresses herself without tearing her man down. And she knows when to let go of things that don't truly matter. A peaceful relationship is also one where a man feels emotionally safe. He needs to know that he can talk to you without being judged or attacked. If he has to constantly defend himself or worry about how you will react to every little thing, he will start to withdraw. But if he knows that you will listen with understanding and patience, he will feel a deeper sense of connection with you. Another important aspect of peace is emotional stability. Men are naturally drawn to women who bring a steady, balanced energy into their lives. No one is perfect, and emotions will always be part of a relationship. But a woman who can regulate her emotions and handle situations with grace will always stand out. She knows how to pick her battles and doesn't create unnecessary drama. She knows how to bring comfort and reassurance rather than stress and frustration. A man will always gravitate toward the woman who makes his life better, not harder. He wants to laugh with you, feel comfortable around you, and know that no matter what happens outside, he has a peaceful and loving connection with you. Beyond physical attraction and chemistry, a man deeply desires a true friendship with the woman he loves. A strong relationship isn't just built on romance, it's built on companionship, laughter, and genuine enjoyment of each other's presence. A man wants to be with someone who feels like his partner, someone he can share his thoughts, dreams, and experiences with without feeling pressure to always be in boyfriend mode. When he sees you as not just his woman, but also his friend, the connection becomes deeper and more meaningful. Friendship means being able to have fun together in the simplest ways. It's about being able to joke, be playful, and enjoy each other's company even when there's nothing exciting happening. A man wants to feel like he can be himself around you without worrying about impressing you all the time. When a woman embraces this side of the relationship, when she laughs with him, joins in on his interests, and creates inside jokes, she feels a natural bond that goes beyond just romance. A strong friendship creates a foundation that keeps the relationship alive even when the honeymoon phase fades. A true friendship in a relationship also means being able to talk about anything. A man needs to know that he can have deep conversations with you, whether it's about his passions, life goals, or random things that interest him. He wants to feel like you care about what's on his mind, that you are genuinely interested in who he is beyond just being your partner. When he can talk to you without feeling judged or dismissed, he will naturally want to open up more and include you in more areas of his life. Another key aspect of friendship is support. Just like how you'd want a best friend to stand by your side, a man wants to know that you have his back. This doesn't mean agreeing with everything he does, but it does mean showing up for him when it matters. Whether it's encouraging him when he's struggling, celebrating his wins, or simply being there when he needs someone to listen, these little moments build trust and emotional connection. A man values a woman who makes him feel like they are on the same team. Friendship also includes a level of comfort where both partners feel free to be themselves. There's no need to pretend or put on a show. He wants to be with someone who accepts him for who he truly is, flaws and all. When he finds that level of ease with you, it becomes nearly impossible for him to let go because he knows that what you have is rare and worth holding on to. A man needs to feel inspired by the woman he is with. He wants to be with someone who encourages him to grow, to be better, and to reach his full potential. A strong woman does not try to control or change a man, but her presence alone pushes him to want more for himself. She leads by example, focusing on her own growth, goals, and passions, which in turn motivates him to do the same. When a man sees that his woman is driven, confident, and constantly evolving, it lights a fire within him to elevate himself as well. Inspiration does not come from nagging or pressuring him to change. A man will resist anything that feels forced, but he will naturally want to grow when he sees a woman who embodies strength and ambition. When she has her own goals, interests, and purpose, it makes her even more attractive to him. A woman who is happy with herself and her life creates a magnetic energy that a man wants to be around. He sees that she does not rely on him for her happiness, and instead of feeling pressured, he feels motivated to step up and be the best version of himself. Men also find inspiration in a woman who believes in them. Many men have dreams and ambitions, but struggle with self-doubt at times. When a woman sees his potential and supports him, it fuels his confidence. She does not have to push him, but by simply encouraging him and speaking life into his goals, she makes him believe in himself even more. A man wants to feel like his woman sees something great in him, even when he struggles to see it himself. Inspiration also comes from emotional strength. Life brings challenges, and a man respects a woman who handles difficulties with grace and resilience. When he sees that she does not crumble under pressure, but instead faces life's ups and downs with a steady mindset, he is drawn to that energy. A woman who navigates life with confidence and a positive outlook makes a man want to do the same. She does not bring unnecessary drama or negativity. She focuses on solutions rather than problems. A woman who inspires a man does not compete with him or try to prove she is better. Instead, she partners with him, growing alongside him while maintaining her own identity. She does not lose herself in a relationship, but continues to evolve. And in doing so, she pushes him to rise with her. A man who feels truly inspired by his woman will not only respect and appreciate her, but will feel a deeper connection that makes him never want to leave. A man needs to feel accepted for who he truly is. He does not want to constantly feel like he has to prove himself, live up to impossible expectations, or pretend to be someone he's not just to keep a woman's interest. A deep emotional connection comes from knowing that he can be himself, flaws, mistakes, and all without fear of judgment or rejection. When a woman genuinely accepts a man for who he is, he feels safe in her presence. And that safety allows him to open up, trust her, and develop a deep emotional bond. Many men have experienced relationships where they felt they had to meet a certain standard just to be worthy of love. While self-improvement is important, a man does not want to feel like a constant project or like he's being molded into someone else's vision of who he should be. He wants a woman who sees him as he is and still chooses him. This doesn't mean ignoring red flags or tolerating bad behavior, but it does mean recognizing the difference between wanting a man to grow and trying to change his core identity. When a woman appreciates him for who he is at his core, he feels drawn to her in a way that no one else can replicate. Acceptance does not mean settling for less or tolerating things that don't align with your values. Instead, it means understanding that no one is perfect, including the man you love. He will make mistakes, have weaknesses, and at times fall short of expectations just as you will. But when he knows that you are patient, understanding, and willing to work through challenges rather than immediately judging or criticizing him, he feels a level of security that makes him want to be a better man for you. Another part of acceptance is embracing his uniqueness. Every man has his own interests, quirks, and ways of thinking. Some men are more emotional, while others are more reserved. Some express love through actions rather than words. When a woman takes the time to understand how her man operates and accepts him without trying to force him into a mold, he feels valued. He does not want to be compared to other men or feel like he is constantly falling short of some external expectation. A man will naturally gravitate toward the woman who makes him feel like he is enough, not because he is perfect, but because she sees him, truly sees him, and still chooses him every day. That level of acceptance creates a bond that is unshakable, a love that feels real and unconditional. Physical attraction might bring a man closer, but it's these deeper emotional needs that make him stay. If you want a man to truly fall for you, not just in the moment, but for the long haul, focus on building that emotional connection. Because when a man feels deeply seen, appreciated, and secure with you, that's when he truly falls.